Okay, so in geometric sequences, what we're going to work with them today is, what if I want you to find the 50th term of a geometric sequence? Do you really want to have to keep multiplying? Take the most recent term, multiply it by the common ratio. Now you've got the fourth term. Multiply it by the common ratio. Now you've got the fifth term. And I want you to find the 50th. That'd take a while, wouldn't it? Especially if I make this go work. So they're showing us here how we can, in this example, find the 8th term. They're not being too carried away. They say you have two methods. You can keep extending the sequence if you want, especially if it's not very far down the line. You could just you find your common ratio and you can keep multiplying by it until you find the 8th term. Or, would you close your books, please, and not be working on the homework, but be with me? Close your books. Thank you. Okay. Or you could use method 2, where you will use a formula to do it. Because in reality, what happens is you started a term, and then to get the next term, you multiply by that common ratio, don't you? So to get the second term, you multiply by whatever that common ratio is. When you get to the third term, how many times have you multiplied by the common ratio? Multiplied that first term by the common ratio. When you get to the third term. 2 times, yeah. So what really happens, like in this one, it starts with the term 5. The common ratio is 2. So to get to the second term, we are going to, let's put a pin on here. When you get to the second term, we'll multiply by 2. When you multiply by 2 again, now you've got the third term. When you multiply by 2 again, now you've got the fourth term. When you multiply by 2 again, now you've got the fifth term, and so on, until you get to the 8th term. So this little formula that we have right here says, shortcut it. A sub n, n meaning what term number do you want to find? You can get it by taking a sub 1. What term do you suppose that is? The first term? Doesn't the sequence have to start somewhere? A sub 1. Remember I said a sub n means what term do you want to find? Well, if there's a 1 here, that's the first term. And you're going to multiply that by the common ratio, we're going to call it r, taken to the n minus 1 power.
This is so confusing.
Why to the n minus 1 power? Let's count how many 2's we multiplied by up here to get to the 8th term. How many 2's did they actually multiply by? 7 or 8? 7, yeah. Because the first term was already there. So to get to the 8th term, they only had to multiply by 2 7 times. 1 less time than the term number you're looking for. So they took 5. Here it's down right. Here it is right here. 5. The first term, multiplied by 2 to the 7th power. What do we do first in order of operations? Do we multiply first or do exponents first? Exponents first. So what is 2 to the 7th power?
128.
It's right on your papers.
128.
128. It's 128. They've already done it for us. And then 5 times 128 is 640. So the 8th term of that sequence would be 640. And we didn't have to keep multiplying by 2 because we used a shortcut. 2 to the 7th power means 2 times itself 7 times. Multiply by 2 7 times. Okay, so let's go do some practice here. Number 1, find the indicated term. Here's what they gave us. They said a sub 1 equals 7. So what is that?
First term.
First term. So we could really say right now that for this sequence, it starts with 7. It starts with 7. R equals negative 2. So what's that? What are they telling us there? What are they telling us when they say that R equals negative 2?
That's what you multiply.
That's what you multiply by. So what would the second term be? Negative 14. So the second term would be negative 14, but they want us to find the 10th term, don't they? So we have method 1. We could keep multiplying by negative 2 until we got to the 10th term. We could take negative 14 now times negative 2. What would the next term be? Negative 14 times -2. This is a 7 here if it's confusing. 7, -14, the next term would be 28. Now, method 1 would say just keep multiplying by -2 until you get to the 10th term. We're going to use the shortcut though. I want to teach you how to use, because what if I tell you to find the 50th? I don't think you're going to want to use method 1. So what they have here is they kind of started writing the formula for us. We just have to fill in the boxes. A sub 10 means we're going to find the 10th term. That's what A sub 10 means on your paper there. Equals. Our first term is 7, so we put a 7 in that first box. That 7 is going to get multiplied by notice the parentheses are already there. Well, we got to put some parentheses, I guess, to show -2. We're going to take that 7 times -2, and we're going to take it, we need the 10th term, so we have to do 10 minus 1, though, because we don't want to do it 10 times. We want to do it how many times? 9 times. So, our 10th term, we're going to get by taking 7 times what is -2. Well, I'm jumping the gun here. We got to take -2 to the 9th power. Because 10 minus 1 is 9. You're always going to take the common ratio raised to the power of 1 less than the term number you're looking for. So what is -2 to the 9th power?
512.
Negative 512. Okay. When we take a negative number to an odd power, we should get a negative answer. We did. And so our 10th term, A sub 10, is whatever 7 times -512 is. Well, positive times a negative is a negative. 7 times 500 is 3,500. 7 times 12 is 84. So 3,584. Here I have it. Check me out with the calculator.
Yeah.
Okay, -3,584 is our 10th term of that sequence.
Okay, I'm getting this now.
Okay, I want you to try the next one on your own. I want you to fill in the blanks and show the work we just showed for this one. So for number 2, you do it.
This must be a really big gap.
Power, not 8 power. So take the time to do this step right here. Don't shortcut your work because you'll take it to the wrong power. You might use the wrong R value. Whatever, so make sure you show, first of all, substituting into the formula. That's what we're doing where they have the boxes for us. Then we just simplify the exponent. Say 8 minus 1 is 7. Then we take 3 to the 7th power. And then we go back and multiply that by -4. And the answer you should get is up on the board. -8,748. Successful?
What I got? 8,000. Hold on.
So again,
I'm just kidding.
here's where you most possibly will make your mistakes. Is right here. Don't forget to subtract that 1. You're looking for the 8th term. That exponent should always be 1 less than the term number you're looking for. Okay? So any concerns that you couldn't get it to work or whatever? Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's identify the things that we need here. We need, the first term of the geometric sequence is 2. So that's our a sub 1, isn't it? For our formula. There's our a sub 1 for our formula. And the common ratio is 3. There's our r for the formula. What is the seventh term? That's our n. So remember, this is our formula. I'm just going to write it down. A sub n equals a sub 1 times the r raised to the n minus 1 power. That's our formula. And we have all the information we need. We have our n value, we have our r value, and we have our n value. So we are looking for a sub 7 and our a sub 1 is our 2. Now make sure you put the right pieces in where they belong. You don't want to be taking the first term and treating it as the common ratio. So 2 is our first term. That has to get multiplied times our r value, which is 3, raised to the 7 minus 1 power.
I don't know why I do that.
So we have 2 times 3 to the 6th power. What is 3 to the 6th power?
729.
Okay. And 2 times 729, 1,458?
Yeah. Did you do that in your head?
Yes, I did. It's really actually not that hard, you guys. 2 times 700, 1,400, 29 doubled, 58. 1,458. What happens when you don't get to use calculators when you're in high school? I didn't get to use them. Okay. We have to work a little harder for the next one, don't we?
Not really.
Well, first we have to find some things.
Yeah, you have to find it. You don't have to do
What is the thing we have to find? It's not even there.
common ratio.
Yeah, we gotta find the common ratio. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna find r. R equals which 2 terms you want to use to find r?
Negative 15 divided
Okay, negative 15 divided by 5.
negative 3.
So our r value is negative 3. Okay, so we got our r value. Our a sub 1 value is what?
5.
5. And our n is 12. Okay, go ahead and find the 12th term of that sequence. Very important parentheses around that negative 3. That's going to be a big number. Negative 3 to the 11th power.
It is a big number.
It's a long number, I should say. Maybe not so big, but long. Because it's negative, so.
17747.
And you need to be showing work like this, you guys. Don't be shortcutting it. It's like yesterday, I said, show what's going into your calculator before you do it on your calculator. Oh. Yes. Should have ended up with a negative 885,735. Now, what if I said to you, I find the 50th term of the sequence? Would it be long? Yeah. Would it be negative or would it be positive? What do you think? Would it be negative or would it be positive?
Positive.
What critical thinking here, come on, this is negative, positive, okay, why is it? who wants
It's
to support
negative.
their answer? Why would it be negative, without even doing any work, why would it be negative? The second term is
Together is
negative, the fourth term is negative, the 12th term is negative, every even number term is negative. So the 50th term would be negative. How about the 99th term?
That'd be positive.
No, it would be positive, because that's an odd number term. Every other, the odd numbered ones are positive numbers in this sequence. Okay, anybody have any questions?